Welcome back to LandVerse, the channel where we teach our clients how to make a 6- and 7-figure income through scaling a land business. First, I'm going to answer a question. A lot of people have been asking me, how long does it really take to find your first deal and close your first deal? If everything is going correctly, it should take around 2 months for you to find and close your first deal. If you're really applying yourself to the information that I'm giving you, then it should take you around 2 months to find and close your first deal. It's important to go after deals that can make you $15,000 or more in profit. A lot of people try to go after deals that are going to make you $500, $1,000. I really see no point in that. You might as well just do another business model because there's plenty of other models that you can make $500, $1,000 in profit with. This business for me is a business to net big profit deals. On average, we're trying to do $15,000 per deal, but I'm also going for deals that are going to make me $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 plus in profit. And doing that consistently is a sure way to attain financial freedom in your life. Today, I'm going to answer 2 of the most important questions that you need answered in order to get started and be successful in this business. How do you actually find land deals that are going to return you big profits? And once you find those deals, how are you going to close on them and sell them fast in order to put cash back in your pocket? This was something that I struggled with earlier in my career and a question that wasn't answered for me until a few months into my career. Because what a lot of people will tell you is that, you can just send the mail and then it'll come back, and then there's a lot of intricacies and steps that you need to learn in order to be successful with this business. And you answering those 2 questions and having a grasp on those 2 things will make you money forever. To understand our process, you must first understand that we use direct mail marketing to attract our leads. We have a 2-page letter. The first page explains who we are, what our company is about, and what we do. And the second page is a letter of engagement of sorts with an actual cash offer price on the letter. So it's 2 pages. The second page also shows a breakdown of the property. So it shows the parcel number, the acreage of the property, and the legal description. And then the letter of engagement has a few clauses for what we need in order to close on the property and actually perform and buy the property from the seller. We send out those letters by the thousands, and it usually takes around 2 weeks for them to return to us. When they return to us, sellers are calling us back via our answering service. Many of those calls are hate calls of sorts, kind of saying, "Why did you send me this letter? Why would you do that? This is too low, blah, blah, blah." But what's important to note that a good 1% of those people will call back and say, "Hey, I do want to sell this property and I need to sell fast. I need to sell in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is my situation. My mother passed away, or I just inherited this property, or I just got a divorce, so I need the money." We've had several different seller profiles that we've bought property from, including companies that are like, "I'm tired of this property. I don't want to deal with this property anymore. We need to offload our assets." When leads actually come in, it's important for you to understand your seller profiles. Who are you talking to? What is their motivation? Why do they want to sell? If you understand those 3 things, you'll also understand how to negotiate with those people based upon the information that they're telling you. When sellers call our company, I always want a full story on the property before it got to me. I want to know about everything that happened with this property before it hit our CRM. So I'm always asking them, what's a full story about this property? What's the full story? How did you come to own this property? How long has it been in your family? Why did you buy it? Was it for investment purposes? Was it to hunt on? Was it to build on? What made you buy this property? I want to know the full story. Please keep in mind, I bought a lot of property where the seller actually bought the property for a lot more than they ended up getting from me when we closed. And many sellers have also told them, "Hey, listen, you overpaid for this property," which is one of the best negotiation tactics that you can use when talking to a seller. And many times they did actually overpay for the property. You can find these deals by understanding your seller profile and the story of how they came to actually own the property. Most of the conversations that we have with sellers are to get to understand them, their situation, and the story behind the property. And once we understand those things, we can negotiate and deal make from there. Market research matters very much, but what matters a lot more is the conversations that you're actually having with your sellers. Because you can send to the best market in the country, the market where everything is selling through extremely fast, takes 2 weeks, but if you don't know how to talk to the sellers on the phone, you're in trouble. There's a lot of people in the land flipping space that think that if I just have the best market research and I just sit in my data set all day in my little room, then I'm gonna get $1 million deals. It doesn't work that way. You need to be able to have quality conversations with these people. Because if you can't have the quality conversations, if you can't build rapport, it's going to be very difficult for you to find good deals. It's going to be very difficult for you to close good deals. You might have deals that come into your CRM that you don't even know they're good deals because you can't have the conversation with the seller. So I always push people to learn how to speak to people, learn how to negotiate, learn how to talk to sellers about their property, learn how to build their rapport. Your sellers should feel like they are your friends. They should feel like they are your friends. And if they feel like that, then they're gonna sell to you over the 10 other land flippers that might be working with them at that specific time. That's happened to me multiple times, and where people have told me and my company, I'm gonna work with you specifically because of how you treated me and how you added service to my life. Even though this other person offered me more money, I like the way that you have treated me. I like the customer service that you have given me. The sellers are your clients, they're your customers, so you need to treat them as such. If you don't treat them as such, if they don't feel like they're being taken care of, then they're not gonna feel like you can perform when it comes to closing time. People have told me they're gonna go with me even though I have a lower offer, just because they trust and feel like I'm gonna perform. So make someone feel like they can trust you. Make someone feel like you're their friend, and you will always close deals. Once you figure out how to talk to sellers, getting a deal under contract is the easy part. But actually closing and selling the properties can be a little bit difficult if you don't know what you're doing. You need to make sure when you're closing your properties that you're working with good title companies and good attorneys who actually want to see you win. There are some title companies and some attorneys who don't want to see you win. Now, getting your properties under contract is really the easy part. What's important is that you communicate with your seller all the way through to the day of closing, and just letting them know, hey, we're on track to closing on this particular date. Once the title search clears, we're good to close, and we're good to close in cash. And giving them that semblance of, okay, these people are actually going to perform and close is what's going to bring you all the way to the finish line and actually closing your deal on the acquisition side. Because you have to understand, these people are getting a letter from people that they don't know with a price on it, that they're like, why is this price on here? Who are these people? What is this company? I don't know these people. I haven't shaken hands with these people. And even though today we do live in a very digital world, most of these people that you'll see, most of these sellers are not really digital people. They don't have mobile phones. They don't have emails. They don't have things like that. They're older folks. And so for them, what they're used to is handshake deals. And I've worked with sellers and been able to build rapport with them, even though they didn't want to do a deal if it wasn't in person. And just letting them know, hey, we've done multiple transactions just like this one, and you can trust us. The biggest thing with the seller is knowing that they can trust you. If they can trust you, then you'll never lose out on deals with sellers. And once you go to actually close some of these properties, you have to understand that you absolutely need a good title company or good attorney. Because a bad title company or bad attorney will take weeks, even months for you to close a deal. And also please understand that some attorneys and title companies understand what we're doing, and they actually don't want you to make money on these deals. I've come across a few of those title companies. So the best way for you to find a good attorney or a good title company is to talk to a local broker. Talk to a good local broker in any given area that has great marketing, great photos, great listing descriptions, and sells their properties quickly. And you've seen them do this multiple times. Talk to them about what a good attorney or a good title company is in that area. And if you're just starting out, you can also lean on me and my Rolodex of good title companies, good attorneys, and good brokers that I've collected over the years of doing millions of dollars worth of land deals. Now, if you have a good title company or good attorney working on your deal, they're gonna make sure that it closes quickly, they're gonna make sure that the underwriting happens fast, and they'll close smoothly with no problems. Actually selling your property is obviously the most important part of this because that's how you get paid. By the time I close escrow on any property, I already have the marketing fully prepared. I know what the drone shots look like. I have the photographers ready if they haven't taken the photos already. I have video ready, I have ground shots ready, I have listing descriptions ready, and I have my broker ready to list the property as soon as we close. Marketing is extremely important, but what's also important is making sure that you priced correctly. If the average of the properties in a specific area are selling for $125,000, I want to make sure that I'm priced at $100,000, which will be below the market value, meaning that any buyers that are looking at that property are going to see that one first because that's the cheapest priced property. I always want to be the most aggressive price property in the area because I want my properties to sell quickly. I'm not in the game of holding properties for 3, 4, 5 months. I'm in the game of my property selling in 90 days or less. And I really consider 90 days a fail. I try to make sure that the pricing, the marketing, and the broker all align with me selling my properties in 30 days or less. And if they're not, then I'm doing something incorrectly. When you're selling property on the market, it's very important that you don't get greedy and fall in love with what I like to call phantom profits. A phantom profit is you being like, oh man, I just got this property for $100,000. I think I can sell it for $250,000. When in reality, you can sell it for $175,000. You're falling in love with phantom profits and listing the property for way too high, when in reality, you could profit huge if you just list the property at an aggressive price and sell it quickly. Do not fall in love with phantom profits. That will be your downfall in this business if you let it be your downfall in this business. And if you understand how to talk to local people in the area to find the best realtors, the best brokers, the best attorneys, the best title companies, your deals will consistently close. Realizing that the way you market your properties 2 buyers on the MLS is everything will give you what you need to sell your properties quickly. And also understanding that you must price your properties aggressively on the market, below the average of what properties are selling for. Just 10-20% below. That will ensure that your properties sell as fast as possible and you can consistently put cash back in your pocket. Once your deals actually come in, if you understand how to talk to sellers and have a conversation with them about their property and why they want to sell, you'll make money in this game forever. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Drop me a comment if you found this video helpful. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias and join our free Discord for more. Thank you for watching LandVerse, and I'll see you